Shalom. I'm going to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashum, Yahushai, Bashum, Arachakwadash. The one said the elder apostles and bishops of the great Muslim that rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations. Until the hopeful elect tabernacle of David scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Now, this lesson is kind of revisiting what was spoken of yesterday. You had the elders in Dallas. You know, they had did a live show with the elder Manatha Zagba, going into, being mature in the spirit, being mindful, being circumspect, especially knowing that we're behind enemy lines. We know that the scriptures say that, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. So we got to be sober. We got to be vigilant. All right. Being circumspect, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the times because the days are evil. And just about any little thing can give this devil any kind of ammunition. So we definitely have to be mindful of our conduct and even the things that we speak. Okay. And this right here, all right, this kind of goes into that. Because now, we know that Esau been trying to, bring heavy censorship to the internet. This ministry of ours has been a major threat to his whole enterprise, his whole New World Order. So, he needs these type of incidents to justify, waging war against us legally, meaning, passing different laws and legislation to cut speech. All right. Basically to abolish the freedom of speech by cracking down on what they call hate speech. So, we have to use as much as the words of the Most High as possible over our own words. All right. That way, this devil can't really use anything against us except for the word, and which, he's going to do that too, showing you that this word has no place in him. All right. He's an enemy of the Most High. And, eventually they're going to ban the scriptures, and he's going to come. He's basically going to show you that he's the man of sin. So anyway, this happened in New Jersey, where a Marine is accused of making threats online to so-called white people. And, I haven't came across any information that substantiates, that this actually happened. Like, we don't know who this guy is. We don't know his face. We don't see his social media where, it's documented that he made, certain threats, to a certain group of people. But they just putting this out there and basically saying that this is, a reason why we need to crack down on free speech. And that's coming because while you got this happening up there in Canada, you got Trudeau. He proposed a hate speech law that could apply retroactively and preemptively. All right. So that means that if you have any content that's still on social media, that's still online, that could be searched and found, that hasn't been retracted, it hasn't been disavowed, it hasn't been deleted, it can count against you as a current statement of hate speech. And they can actually criminalize you for it. All right. And this is from Blacklisted News. It says, if you thought Scotland's hate speech law was bad, get a load of this. Justin Trudeau's government in Canada has proposed its own hate speech legislation that could be applied to anything said or posted in the past, present, or future. So you see where this is all going, right? Bill C-63, known as the Online Harms Act, proposes potential prison sentences and huge fines for anyone who engages in wrong think. Now, some are suggesting that the proposed legislation leaves the door open for it to be applied to past speech indiscretions. It sounds so insane that Elon Musk asked Community Notes to fact check it, resulting in a clarification only that the legislation is not a law yet. And this was Elon's response to that on X. And then here's an article on it. And then there's some people that's saying that, it's false. It says detractors argue that the proposed law doesn't explicitly say it can be applied retroactively. And this is the person that made the statement. Let me see if I can pull that up. So this is why we got to be wise, all right? And we got to bridle your tongue. Don't be out there yelling any threats at anyone, yelling about what you're going to do to someone. We got to remain spiritual, constantly stay in the spirit. Because you see what he's coming with. He's in full accuser mode. He's ready to accuse us, put us in that category. All right. Which, they already have. But, they just need a little more ammo. And we don't have to give them that. All right. Just constantly walk in the spirit. This person says, no, it does not explicitly grant powers to law enforcement agencies to retroactively search the internet for hate speech violations and arrest offenders for offenses committed before the law was enacted. Typically, laws in Canada cannot be applied retroactively to criminalize behavior that was legal at the time it was performed, right? And then that was countered because it says this. However, it does not say that either. It's pretty close to accurate, Elon. If someone has the ability to delete a hate speech tweet, post and does not, and someone else retweets that tweet, it would qualify as publication under the law and be sanctionable for the purpose of subsection 1. And I guess it goes further into it. Let me see. So if this is going on up there in Canada, it's only a matter of time before, the same legislation, passes here, because they already passed the anti-SIM card bill. So, this can come right behind it. It says, for the purpose of subsection 1, a person communicates or causes to be communicated hate speech so long as the hate speech remains public and a person can remove or block access to it. So, you might have said something 10, 15 years ago on Twitter, and it's been so long, you forgot you made that statement. So you don't remember to go back and find that comment to delete it. Well, they can actually find that and use it against you. This is nasty work. This is diabolical. All right. And this is the reason why it's not wise to just, utter out anything. It's better to, even if you feel a certain way, to, keep it in, because it could be used against you. All right. As a matter of fact, let me get this in Proverbs 29 and verse 11. And it says, a fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it till afterwards. Basically, somebody that lacks understanding, they're just going to be loose with the tongue, just uttering out, venting out everything that just comes from the mind. All right. And it's not always wise to do that, because you might say something that can cause offense, and it could be used against you. And Esau can, throw his book at you. All right. Now you need, you need public assistance. Now you need a representative in court. You got to pay fines, possible jail time. And you don't want to have to go through that just because of words. But, this is the atmosphere that they're creating. New King James Version, a fool vents all his feelings, but a wise man holds them back. And, a lot of these men in these, especially in this time, they definitely be in their feelings, man. A lot of them got a feminine energy. So they just, just go all out, venting, at the top of their lungs, hurling all type of threats of violence. And hey, some of you brothers, I'm not singling out any brother, but if there's any brother that comes on the comment board when we do a lesson and we, going into Esau and the wrongdoings that he's being exposed for, don't come on the comment board and make certain statements that can be incriminating. All right. Don't say that you're going to do this or you want to do this to a Edomite. Don't even talk like that. Just post your precept, post a scripture, post something that's edifying and leave it at that. I wouldn't post anything that can be criminalized later. All right. So if I see anything like that in the comment section, I will delete it. I will remove it from the video. We gotta use wisdom, man. Be wise. Be in the spirit. All right. Yeah, I mean, the more we find out and hear about this devil, yeah, we get angry. But you got to learn how to contain that anger as well. And also understand that, hey, this man is doing what he's supposed to do. The Lord created him to be the perfect devil that he is, man. He ain't supposed to do anything good. The scriptures remind you of that. What the Lord made crooked, who can make straight? Can the Ethiopian change his skin or a leopard his spots? Hey, this man, all he knows how to be is the damn devil, man. All right. So knowing his nature and knowing that that's how he's supposed to be, we're really supposed to, accept that, this is who he is and this is, what he does. And it doesn't negate the fact that he's going to be judged. The Lord, we already know. The prophecy already say what his fate is going to be. All right. Let me get I'll read some of these other translations, and then I want to go to another scripture. NIV, it says, fools give full vent to their rage, but the wise bring calm in the end. Yeah, be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. So you got to learn how to contain yourself and rule your spirit. The ESV, a fool gives full vent to his spirit, but a wise man quietly holds it back. And this Marine, had he contained himself and held them comments back and not have put it on social media for them to see, and that's if this is real, then he wouldn't have been put in this situation. They wouldn't have been coming down upon him. Now, it's looking like he's facing charges, all right, for violent threats. All right. And I'll go back into that article, but let me read this one. CSB, it says, a fool gives full vent to his anger, but a wise person holds it in check. And it takes somebody that's of a mature spirit to do that. You gotta man up and mature. Learn how to rule your spirit, man. Control your emotions. Because when your emotions is out of, let me get it. Yeah, Proverbs 16:32, it says, he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. So it's better to control your emotions, man. We already know that people are watching. Esau's watching. Yeah, we got devils like Vocab. He watch our every move. He's looking for anything. So that we know not to give him any ammunition. That's why we keep it scriptural. Right? Let all communication be in the law of the Most High. That's what we speak. Thus saith the Lord, as it is written. All right. Let all things be done unto edifying. Let no evil communication. Matter of fact, let me get that. I think, was it Ephesians? Yeah, Ephesians 4:29. And this goes for us. It says, let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying. That's why we don't talk about, what we're going to do or, what we wish we could do to somebody. Back early on when we were younger in the faith, when we were immature, sure, we would say stuff. They can go back and find videos from back in 2011, 2012, and, they can get us, but we're more seasoned now. We know not to be out there speaking that way. By either way, this is all going to be used to basically set that snare so that we can't reprove. They're trying to make us an offender for a word that we cannot reprove in the gate. Because, he's tired of getting exposed. He's tired of getting hacked to pieces in the spirit. We hacking them with this word. And this word, it's more sharper. It's more quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword. It cuts right down the middle, right into your spirit. All right. So anytime we communicate under the law, it's not corrupt. When you start to speak your own words and, it start to get a bit carnal, so to speak, and it's filled with vitriol. Hey, sometimes we do feel that way, but it's best to keep it inside, man. That's all right, because at that point it becomes not edifying. And then, if let's say an incident was to occur, and the person that did this particular crime, they can say, "Oh, well, I was listening to this Israelite, and he was saying these things, and it kind of pumped me up. It got me motivated. It made me. It moved me to do this or do that." And then next thing you know, now they point a finger at us in the ministry. Now the ministry is being blamed. Now this devil Vocab can go live for 3-4 hours. So let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. Okay. And I think there's other precepts, because yelling threats and stuff like that. You can classify that as part of corrupt communication, but also corrupt communication is also lying on the scriptures. All right, breaking down things wrong, lying against the truth, saying for example, saying that Paul's writings has no validity. That's corrupt, man. Saying that we're, different things that these guys say. That's not scriptural. That's corrupt. Because all you're doing is misleading, impressionable souls that don't know any better. So let me go back to this article right here. So this was posted the day before yesterday, and it was updated yesterday. It says a former Marine from New Jersey was arrested Friday and accused of threatening to kill so-called white people and carry out a mass shooting, federal prosecutors said Monday. And hey, that the world right now is feeling a certain way about these particular said people, which they have a biblical identity that they try to, run from, but, they know who they are. And they're not white. That's a man-made construct. All right. They're how to correctly identify them. Technically, they're red. All right. And Edom, that's exactly what it means, red, Adawam. But he wouldn't know that, whoever this individual is, okay? Because it's better to identify them by their biblical nationality versus, a color. Because Esau, he thrives off of that dynamic of, black and white. He tries to make it that way. But that's not, when we go into it, it's based on the spirit, of course, and based off of your biblical nationality. We don't make it a black and white thing. That's carnal, and that's, you're just putting everything into a box. You compartmentalizing the truth. Because there's people that look like so-called white people that are actually Israelites. And we've done that in the past where we've had brothers that have the Edomite appearance that are actually brothers that then came out and did lessons. And that even threw vocab off. He didn't even know what to say about it. So they can't pull that black-white angle on us. All right, it says Joshua Cobb, 23. So he was a young dude of Trenton, wrote on social media in December of 2022 before he joined the Marines last year. I want to cause mayhem on the white community, and I want to erase them, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of New Jersey said in a statement. So they pulled this from back in 2022, the end of 2022. So this is over a year ago before he even joined the Marines, and they found that. So I'm sure he got dishonorably discharged, and now he's facing a fine and possible jail sentence. He went on in the December 17, 2022 post to say he wanted to commit a mass shooting in 2023. And as of today, I have officially began planning my attack, the office said. It is also alleged that he also said he had obtained 2 of the 4 guns he planned to use. And it's like, why would you just come out and say what you're going to do? I wouldn't be surprised if this is cap, meaning if this is all, a fabricated lie, just for them to be able to bring out legislations like the one that I'm reading about in Canada that Justin Trudeau is trying to get passed. I wouldn't put it past him, because why would you do something like that? But at the same time, they said he's 23 years old, so he's a young dude. And the younger dudes, they don't really think. They don't think before they say or do. They just do. And the scriptures speak about that. Having a rule of over your spirit. So if he really did do this, then he was an idiot for that. And this is what, he has to deal with. All right. So let's go back out of there. And I'm going to go here. And I brought this out yesterday, of course, because we have Yahweh Shai to our example. And when he suffered and when he went through things, all he did was just commit judgment to the Father. When he was reviled, he didn't threat. This is 1 Peter 2:21. Let me read it in the NLT. And it says, for the Most High called you to do, for the Most High called you to do good, even if it means suffering, just as the anointed suffered for you. He is your example, and you must follow in his steps. He never sinned nor deceived anyone. He did not retaliate when he was insulted. And that Jake that made that comment, he probably got pulled over by some Edomite cops. Probably got called the N-word, with a hard ER at the end by some racist Edomite. Who knows what happened? Got fired. Who knows? That could have ticked him off and made him want to, feel like he want to go postal. All right, but he reacted. All right, in a way that pretty much is costing him. Costing him of his livelihood, his freedom, because he didn't think nothing through. He says, dealing with Yahushua, he did not retaliate when he was insulted, nor threaten revenge when he suffered. He left his case in the hands of the Most High, who always judges fairly. So even when you feel in a certain way, don't make no threats. Place it in the hands of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, in which it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. So it's better to, when you feel in a certain way or you've been wronged, hey, send them up. That beats throwing out a threat. And the Lord, he hears the humble. He hears the prayers of the humble. Let's go to, was it Sirach 35? Sirach 35 and yep. Sirach 35 and 16. And it says, and I know this is applying to the fatherless, the widow, the oppressed, the lowly, the poor. It says, verse 16, it says, he that serveth the Lord shall be accepted with favor, and his prayer shall reach unto the clouds. The prayer of the humble pierceth the clouds. Until it come nigh, he will not be comforted, and will not depart till the Most High, till the Most High shall behold to judge righteously and execute judgment. See that? So the Lord, he hears the prayers of the lowly, the humble. All right, the oppressed. All right. And the scriptures even say to not to give the Most High any rest. Give him neither rest day nor night. So eventually, these cries and prayers, the Lord's going to hear it. And he's going to definitely execute his judgment. All right. So, you can learn from these situations. We just got to, walk in wisdom, especially being behind enemy lines. And this dude right here, he's an example of what I was talking about yesterday. Okay, you can't be out there, trying to get carnal, posting on social media, your feelings. You got to grow up, man. You got to move a certain way now, because this man, he's going to try to come with it. So just be mindful and, stay in the spirit, man. All right. So, that's pretty much that. And Lord willing, this was edifying. And we give all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. And until the next one, Shalom.